Hello everyone, I am Renown Zero, and we are back again, talking about some more Ripperverse detractors. We got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I'm not going to really talk about the beef that was going on between Nick Rekieta and Eric July because they seem to be wanting to settle it privately. So I feel like it would be redundant if I went through all of that, considering that. So we're just going to be talking about what's current in the world of the Ripperverse detractors. But first off, I want to start off by saying thank you to all my new subscribers that are on board with me. We've got a huge boost from last month, going up to 29,000 views last month, which is awesome. Gained 130 subscribers from last month from 80, so that's amazing. I thank you everyone for sticking around and enjoying the content, regardless of what kind of content I put out. I do want to put out more content that isn't Ripperverse Attractor related. I do look forward to talking about the new Castlevania series, giving my first impressions after watching the first episode and hoping to finish it by the end of the week and put out a review of that series. But I just wanted to say thank you to those people who have subscribed and watched my videos. I really appreciate all of you. I also really appreciate the people who have become members. If you want to become a member, you can hit the join button just underneath the video. You can join for $1 a month. I'd really appreciate it if you want to go that extra mile in supporting me, or you can check out the links in the description. You can also support there. You're never obligated to do any of these things, but I really do appreciate it if you do and you want to go that extra mile. If you enjoy the content and wanted to continue, things like that. So we got the Ripperverse store. Of course, you can get your pre-order and your Ripperverse Comics hoodie. You can get your short box. You can get your posters, your cover Ds, Ripperverse shirts, item hats, Bloodroof posters, and so on and so on. Of course, covers B and A are available, and they'll be only available until all of them are sold out, and they'll never be reprinted. Which seems to be a big thing, where it's like, oh yeah, it was campaign exclusive. Yeah, because these people think that just Eric July is just gonna let the comics just sit and rot on shelves in the warehouse rather than just selling the product. Moving on over to Blade Devil 2 Chains of Blood graphic novel, currently sitting at $98,614 with 984 backers as of recording on this video. I'm just going to do a quick refresh just in case. So it has increased since me just saying that. So it's at 98,679 US, 986 backers with 31 days left. I was told that the limited summer wraparound edition was only available till the start of fall. So that is completely gone. You can no longer get that cover. But I do want to say the artwork looks fantastic. If you're big into the anime Bobs and Booty and you love the artwork like this, you can see these are pages from the book of Blade Devil 2. You'll be getting 69 pages of story, plus 2 supplemental stories, one here and one here. Of course, you can get covers A with Ashiyara wrapped around in the Chains of Blood. You will get an Ashiyara card. You can get cover B with Luna. You get the Luna card. You get the cover C, which is the not safe for work version of cover B. You'll get a Night Ashiyara card. As I said, the limited summer wraparound cover is no longer available. But if you did back it at the time when I was covering this comic, which I pretty much talk about this in all of these videos, you would have gotten a Barrel Shoulder card. And if you signed up for the pre-launch back in the physical perk, you'll get your Rain card. I got all 4 covers because I loved the first Blade Devil, which you can get as an add-on with this one. You can also get the Luna mouse pad, the Ashiyara mouse pad. For your waifu pillows, you have Rain, which are safe for work, not safe for work versions. You have Luna, safe for work, not safe for work versions. And your Ashiyara with your safe for work and not safe for work versions. You also have this stretch goal, which print you'll receive. And for 100,000, all the covers will become foil. If you want to get Blade Devil 1 earlier, you can get a damaged copy here at this campaign for $10. You'll get it sooner. Rather than waiting for Blade Devil 2 to come in, you'll get it sooner through here. Now, starting with Mike S. Miller, who I had a little bit of a spat with over Eric July. Shocker that he jumps on board with this type of Eric July hate, which is unnecessary. Of course, he wanted to clearly state that he has no interest in working with Eric July. This was in response to me saying that he sounds salty that Eric July didn't hire him, that it sounds like jealousy. Because he said, judge for yourself. I think he hired the artist Deborah for Yaira because she's a hot blonde. Not too many hot blonde artists in comics. Plus another studio artist from Brazil instead of hiring an A-list artist from America. Beg to differ. People have their own opinion of what kind of art style they want for certain books. So we'll go ahead with that. To which I said, I mean, you're the one that stated some ignorant stuff. You made the claim stating he should have hired an American artist and that Eric only hired that artist because she's hot rather than her talent. Which he says, I made no such claim. I just said if he wanted to make books to compete with Marvel and DC, he should be aiming for the A-list talent. Chuck Dixon and Mike Baron are good gets. To which, of course, LG, 210 LG, shout out to him. Follow him over at YouTube. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. He says, quote, I made no such claim. Oh, really? Here's the claim. It says it right here. I just read it, where it says you think she was hired because she's a hot blonde, and literally says instead of hiring someone from Brazil and hire an A-list actor from America, which is what I said, which is what you claimed you didn't say. So you got caught in 4K because you're just as dumb as every other hater and detractor of Eric July on the internet. Just is what it is. Moving on over to Puma Fist, who, when Mike Baron was announced to be working on the Gooding book, he got very upset over it, which is something that Eric July typically anticipates when it comes to him hiring legends. He expects people to be essentially upset that these legends are being handpicked to do projects in the Ripperverse. As you can see by the title, it says Mike Baron sells his soul to the Blaze. Yeah, because this dummy still thinks that Eric July works for the Blaze. So, typical on my channel, take your sip of water. If you know the joke, the inside joke with that. Anytime someone mentions the Blaze or Glenn Beck, you take a sip of water. We'll get into this in just a second. Puma Fist is very emotional after the Mike Baron Ripperverse announcement. No, stay away, Mike Baron. Keep your integrity. Mike, you are my second favorite Punisher of all time. Why are you hooking up with Eric July? He's not hooking up with Eric July. He's doing work for Eric July. This really upsets me, folks. Why are you doing this? Let's get into this video.
Witches and Warlocks, Puma Fist here in a fucking bad mood, and I'll tell you why.
Right away. So, I'm going to start by saying this. I could easily see this video getting hit by limited ads. So, like I said, to go against that, you could help me out by hitting the join button for $1 a month. You can actually super thanks on the video. But, of course, none of it is obligated. You are not obligated to do any of that stuff. But lately, my videos, when I'm recovering this stuff, has become limited ads because these people tend to cuss a lot. And I really don't cuss as much as any of these people that I cover. It's absolutely amazing how this works.
Because motherfucking Mike Baron sold out to the Blaze, and
here it is, sold out to the Blaze, because Ripperverse is apparently affiliated with the Blaze, according to people like Puma Fist.
Fucking the Ripperverse. God damn it. Now I understand it. These guys, man, these old guard fucking writers and stuff like that, they don't really have a place to go right now for whatever fucking reason.
They have no place to go because they've been ostracized from the mainstream comics based on their politics, which is something that EVS has constantly talked about when it comes to his politics, being a conservative.
But god damn it, the Ripperverse is not the fucking place to go. No! No! Stay away, Mike Baron. Stay away. Keep your integrity. Mike, you are my second favorite Punisher writer of all time.
And yet you don't make videos talking about your love for the Punisher and your love for Mike Baron's writing of the Punisher. You choose to do this instead. You choose to get mad at Eric July hiring your favorite artist or favorite writer, instead of, showing that you love his writing of the Punisher. You decide to do this instead.
Mike Baron. Fuck, man. God damn it. You're my second favorite. Intruder. Intruder is one of my all-time fucking favorite fucking Punisher stories ever, man.
Holy crap, why are you cursing so much, dude? overly emotional and triggered over this. Like, holy crap. Definitely getting limited hands on this one.
Fuck! Why are
He said the F word like 6 times in 10 seconds.
you hooking up with Eric July? Why are you doing this? I understand it, like, man, you guys aren't getting work. You and fucking Chuck Dixon, you're not getting fucking work. This guy works for the Blaze, so the Blaze is basically paying your paycheck. I
So that's 3 times he said the Blaze now.
understand that. Well, fuck, man. Can we have some fucking integrity here? God damn it. This really upsets me, folks. Mike Barron. What a fucking creative fucking mind. What a fucking fantastic fucking writer.
13 times now he said the F word in a matter of a minute and 51 seconds.
Let me step this back for a second. Let me get over the initial shock. Let me step this back. If Mike Barron does write some shit for the Ripperverse, it's probably going to be good. It's going to be better than the Chuck Dixon stuff. Because Mike Barron was always better than Chuck Dixon. Even though Chuck Dixon wrote some good Punisher stuff.
It's like, holy crap, man. It's amazing that it's so difficult lately to cover this stuff because everybody curses like a sailor in everything. This really bothers me, folks. Eric July is exploiting Mike Barron by using his name.
It's not going to lead to anything good or creative. Especially if they're going to have to listen to fucking Eric July on what the fuck happens with Isom. I think that's going to be the other thing, too.
He's not writing Isom, though.
These guys, fucking Chuck Dixon and Mike Barron, are both going to have to be beholden to the editor-in-chief, which is going to be fucking Eric July. And we already know that he doesn't know how to fucking write or tell a story.
That sounds like an opinion to me. Doesn't sound like a factual statement. It never will sound like a factual statement. I will continue to say that what y'all say that is an opinion is never going to be fact. I understand you're upset that you want your opinion to be gospel so badly, but it's never going to happen.
Man. This really bothers me, folks. Mike Barron, it was bad enough that you were already mingling in the CG crowd when you didn't need to be there. Yeah, these guys aren't going to fucking help you. They're going to exploit you. Like what Eric July is doing right now, he's literally using your name. Mike. He's literally using your name because so many people have come out and said that Chuck Dixon's probably not going to do a good job. So you're his backup plan. Think about that, Mike Barron.
Who are these so many people? It's probably just a bunch of haters and detractors of Eric July in the Ripperverse saying that Chuck Dixon's not going to do a good job. Like, according to who? Again, just more opinions that are spewed out there about a writer that was hired by the Ripperverse and hired by Eric July to work on a book.
You're Rippa's backup plan. Now, granted, you're probably going to get some cash off of this. I don't know how much, I don't know what he's paying you to write for whatever you're going to write. But, yeah, you're literally plan B. That's no good. You're the second best fucking Punisher writer of all time. And even that's subjective. You may be the best Punisher writer of all time. If people don't agree with me about Stephen Grant being the best. You can fucking do it. And you don't need people like fucking Eric July or fucking Comicsgate or any of these assholes that don't give a shit about anything other than their fucking YouTube views.
Man, I am never gonna get full ads ever again covering this stuff. But I'm gonna continue to cover this stuff anyway because I think it's important to cover. Now we're gonna move over to, of course, actual fandom and Eric, who had something to say when Mike Barron was announced. This is yet. But Eric, actual fan, says Ripperverse at the most basic level of being a business, it seems to be that it's done wrong. From how Eric July registered the business to the product itself, it's all done wrong. Yeah, because you have a successful business to talk, right? Not even your YouTube channel is successful.
That this whole thing that we've been hearing him fucking crow about nonstop, that I've been making content about, I won't lie, for a year and a half or more or whatever.
Making a lot of content against
Ripperverse, at the most basic level of being a business, it seems to be that it's done wrong. So from fucking how he registered the business to the product itself, it's all done wrong and shitty.
Seems to be the opposite, considering he made $3.7 million on campaign number 1. And his business seems to be just fine.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Good job. But hey,
I also want to point out that
yeah, that's your only input, Eric. That's your only input. Yeah.
The whole Mike Barron thing was kind of a fart in the wind. It's not getting any traction on.
Well, you're talking about it. You have more of a clip here. Eric, the whole Mike Barron thing was kind of a fart in the wind. It's not getting any traction on anything. Nobody cares about Mike Barron. Mike Barron has written IST material before. Yeah, okay. So apparently Gooding is IST material.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Good job. But hey,
I also want to point out that the whole Mike Barron thing was kind of a fart in the wind. It's not getting any traction.
Well, clearly Puma Fist was upset about it, as you heard.
On anything. So
nobody cares about Mike Barron.
And Gooding is a boring, ugly design. Like, that character is just a horribly designed
looking character. Gooding?
Yeah.
God, that's who named this shit? Jesus Christ.
Gooding, the polymath is the name of the character. Sounds super exciting, right?
No.
Well, it's content that you guys need to continue to make content.
And that's the one that they misspelled the name on the cover?
Yeah, it's been spelled in 2 different ways. Yeah,
it's like, dude, you're putting out like 1 comic book a year so far.
Yeah, so far, exactly. But seems to be a bunch more comic books are going to be coming out more frequently. Seems to be more like 1 a month.
Get the spelling right, at least. Jesus, of your own characters.
Yeah. But I mean, like, he put up a video announcement for it on his main channel yesterday, and it's just now breaking 6K views.
And what I said to that was, these are the same people that need Eric to make content, so they have something to talk about. Eric, it's just broke 6K views. Me, that's more views than any of your views. That's more views than any of your videos get. Because, I mean, we could do it in real time. We could do it in real time. Let's see. Eric's Reloaded, right? Is what your main channel will be, right? You have 22,500 subscribers, right? Your last video you just put out an hour ago got 124 views, 796 views 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 800 views, 791 views, 2.3K views 3 weeks ago, 664 3 weeks ago, 936 views, 1,800 views a month ago. So if we go to right now, since he put it on his main channel, right? We'll pull up Young Ripper 59, right? We'll pull up that Mike Barron video. 7.7K views 3 days ago, right? So what I'm seeing is 3 days ago, right? Is when that video went up. Let's look at what videos you put out 3 days ago. You didn't, clearly. You didn't put out anything 3 days ago on this channel, right? Let's check Eric debunks, since you think that's probably the one you've been focusing on the most.
Hey, come here.
All right. 6 days ago, 494 views. 181 views 2 days ago. 8 days ago, 566 views. So you're talking about it just got 6K views. Yet your videos that are recently coming out can't even break 1,000. Not on your main channel, not on your debunks channel, because you don't debunk anything. But you're gonna sit there and be like, oh, it gets 6K views. You can't even get that.
Oh, wow. Let's take a look at that. That is channel.
Yeah,
How
it's
about
not
that?
doing well. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, again, the stuff dedicated to the Ripperverse typically doesn't do very well on his channel. His
Isn't
Bill
that
Mayer
notable?
video only did 8K views 10 days ago. That's
not
Mike
on
Barron
stream.
is a race.
Again, still gets more views than you on both of your channels. So why are you sitting here trying to act like, oh, you only got 8K views on this video? You don't get anything on any of your videos.
I say race. He's written racist material before. And he worked on Punisher and I think The Flash.
No one cares. Honestly, no one cares. Moving over to Big Daddy, who says, if AlphaCore or Yaira starts selling more than ESOM, it's ISOM, because you keep saying ESOM like a dummy. That's going to speak volumes about you as a writer. The only reason he hired Sasuke is because they're female. No, he probably hired Sasuke sisters because they've written good work.
Yeah. I wonder how much of a drop off we're going to see for these other books. Because one would think that Yaira or an Alpha Core series is not going to sell more than the very first issue of ESOM, or even ESOM number 2. Because that is your flagship franchise, ESOM. Like if Alpha...
No, ISOM number 1 was the launching pad for the entire universe, which spans up all the other books for all the other characters.
Core or Yaira starts selling more than ESOM, that's going to speak volumes about you as a writer. Like, oh man, that means I'm a shitty writer and people would rather read the Slutska sisters and Chuck Dick.
Wow. He really did say that, Chloe. He really did say that.
Dixon's work than mine. Like, I guarantee you, the only reason he hired those stupid sluts is because they're a female. I almost guarantee you.
Wow.
What?
This man out here calling people terrible names just because they were hired to do work for Eric July. Sad.
Oak. Yep. Write that shit in stone. I'll have these females write for the female character, and I'll get a female artist on board. It's woke. It's fucking woke is what it is.
That's not what woke is. You're a dumbass. Please stop talking. This is why we shouldn't give any of these guys. We shouldn't take any of these people serious and just sit, mock, and laugh at them and monetize them.
I think the Brazilian bitch might be a better artist than what he's got going on right now. At least we've seen her face. We've seen what she looks like. We know she's a real person. Has it been confirmed whether or not Cliff Richards is a real person yet?
Yes, he's had pictures of Cliff Richards on his thumbnails, you dumbass. Like, these people just make stuff up as we go. What can I expect from these people? Okay, moving on to Matt Jarbo is saying that so Eric July's many LLCs, July and Ripperverse and Ripperverse Publishing, etc., all list Eric July as their registered agents. He uses a PO box as the address, which is legal to do. You would know, right? Because you're a lawyer. If busted, he could lose the ability to do any business in the state of Texas, which, if that were the case, you probably would have reported it by now, knowing how much of a B you are. But we'll move on right here. It says options to protect your privacy for your LLCs, right? This is from a law firm. This is from a professional law firm, by the way. There are a number of ways a business owner can maintain their confidentiality when forming an LLC in Texas. First, instead of using a home address or a business address for the certificate of formation, you can use a P.O. box or the address of a professional you have engaged, such as an accountant or attorney. This will prevent a third party from searching the public record for the address and confirming the identity of the business owner. The same can be used for the name and address of the registered agent. So, according to an actual lawyer or law firm, it's perfectly legal. So, I kindly say to you, Matt Jarbo, shut the fuck up when grown folks are talking. Moving on to, of course, more recent actual fandom, celebrating Eric's supposed 12th week. Even as it's trending now. Since Eric's had a tough week, I'll pile on because he's a delusional narcissist with a cult of D-shits who run around parroting the same dumb crap He says that making life suck for anyone they encounter. F him. He deserves all the self-created blowback he's currently getting. A thread. Like, dude, no one cares what you do. You say so much nonsense, and all Eric is doing is making money hand over fist while you sit there and cry and cope and seethe about it. All of you. All of you. You picked the funniest video, but yeah, I'm aware. From what Saggy told me, him and her are cool. But Saggy does her own thing from what I've seen, so I advise to keep her out of it. See what I call him? That's on his ass for Tony's dumbass. He's just ankle bite. Like I said, I can agree with some points people make. That doesn't mean I'm defending them because I trust me, I disagree with Tony a lot more than I agree with him. Us agreeing on things is rare. Also, if one of those episodes is punching out quote podcast, don't feature him talking about himself. I'm not interested. LD is hilarious. That post got like 6 likes in 9 hours. He used to get away with more engagement, but killed the account by limiting replies. Yeah. Actual fandom limits the replies on his Twitter account, so it doesn't really help him too much. Andy Snore, 725,000 subscribers, who's been a detractor of Eric's for a while now, accuses Eric July of charity fraud. Of course he does, because that's all he does. It's wild to see how quick so many of my quote colleagues were to throw these two people under the bus without any proof and aren't sharing the same energy, questioning what's clearly looking like charity fraud. Can you imagine if Marvel did this? There was no charity fraud, bud. Just talking a bunch of nonsense. His Saggy. Meanwhile, people who ask Andy to know about the charities they gave him to donate to, and he blocks them for asking and says he doesn't have to disclose information. So that LG. So by that info, Andy should keep his mouth shut then, pretty much. So ridiculous. So ridiculous. Moving on. You even have Vicky and Laza. They've been on this for over a year. July is busy trying to justify his belief that it's okay to do this to someone over putting a sticker on a window. Total effing clown world. He's way too trigger happy. Yeah, Shout out to Bruce Flash on the Young Ripper live streams. Is anyone shocked by these haters, detractors, and trolls doing a coordinated smear campaign? Item 3 validated Eric and the Ripperverse with another success. They hoped and prayed it would fail, but since it didn't, now they're switching up their tactics, which he did correct it in the comments. Yeah, it does seem like a coordinated effort. It's always been that way, though. But of course, we have, the facts. 418-pound man gets triggered after Air July used promo code Pull Up to sell item number 1 cover C for $5.
I don't know.
Okay, well, real quick, I just heard that the promo code for the $5 comic book was Pull Up.
Yeah, it is.
Eric July.
I'm a big kid.
Crying.
Look what I can do.
You are a big kid.
He's crying because Riley pulled up.
No, he's not crying because Riley pulled up. He's saying that this dude is a psycho and a stalker, literally going to a business which had a private address that has employees that he cares about, that is under his wing, that is essentially his responsibility if anything happens to those employees because some psycho decided to show up to a private business. And he's responsible for them. But of course, people like this don't understand simple concepts like that. They just think everything is they're triggered or they're crying over something because that's their MO.
He's out here crying, and then he wants to make a joke about it too? What a facetious, two-faced fucking bitch.
No, I think...
Yeah, we're talking, but you're talking about someone, you're saying someone is a facetious B word, right? This is coming from a bunch of people that literally hang out with facetious, disingenuous pieces of garbage regularly. Like Matt Jarbo. Like this weirdo right here, Jeff Holiday. Someone who's apparently been on board with doxing and gay ops against the alt-right, the quote alt-right, back in 2017. These are the type of people y'all hang out with. You guys want to talk about how other people are frauds and disingenuous, yet you literally hang out with disingenuous pieces of garbage like Jeff Holiday and Matt Jarbo and Vito. Vito, the guy who keeps crying over Air July and still has yet to put out a comic book, and it's been delayed. I can guarantee you Alpha Core will be out before Vito puts out Super Killer. Let's continue.
I think it's pull-ups, those training pants.
He told the haters to pull up.
Ha ha ha, so funny, Ben. Oh man, It's so funny I forgot to laugh.
Riley, the entire thing he was doing was getting in shape so he could not be fat, so he could.
He still hasn't gotten in shape. He's still fat. So when Eric July means pull up, he means have a conversation, not go to someone's private business and try to act like a tough guy at nighttime when he's not there.
Officially pull up. That was the whole gimmick. Walking up a hill. He was going to walk up a hill until he was thin enough for Eric July to accept him to pull up. And then when he actually.
No, he said he was going to walk up a hill to hold down and shave Eric July until he was thin enough to hold down, essentially assault and shave Eric July. So once again, being disingenuous, because these people on the internet are never genuine people. They're always a bunch of disingenuous pieces of dog shit who want to talk a bunch of garbage about someone that they dislike.
He pulled up to the business and taped dollar bills. Eric July screams that he has to respond with murderous force because his life.
Definitely did not say that. He has said he has to respond accordingly by beefing up security if he has to, which he said he has security guards there, and essentially saying this is not something you should be doing if you value your life. You shouldn't be rolling up on people's businesses at night or ever, uninvited. That is something that a person that does not care about their own life would do.
Is in danger. His livelihood is in danger. But then he makes a fucking $5 promotion tagging it pull up. Dog, you were the one that said.
So he did the same exact thing when people were sailing the high seas to find his comic book on illegal sites. He literally made a promo code called Pirate.
Pull up, and you bitched and cried to your audience, and then you have the gall to act like the pull up was not there, but then reference it. That's insane.
Again, he referenced the pirate thing. He referenced the pirate thing.
It? That's insane. What a mega bitch. Thank you. Once again, Dick Masterson's completely right.
Once again, Dick Masterson's a huge pussy. He sits on the internet, talks a bunch of noise about Eric. Eric doesn't accept his apology. He says sorry to Eric July. Literally 5 seconds later, he's talking crap about Eric July. It's been going on for almost 2-3 months now. And he has yet to stop because this is literally all he has.
It doesn't matter if you have guns, doesn't matter if you have knives, doesn't matter if you have anything else that would murder a human. Riley is a fucking Golgothan, okay? You don't know what that is?
That's a shit demon.
That's a shit demon. That's why he smelled like literal shit, because he's a shit.
No, he smelled like literal crap because he doesn't take a shower. The dude looks like he doesn't take a shower ever. But that's why he smelled like that. And you're trying to make a joke out of that, and you're not being funny. You're just being stupid.
Shit demon. You fuck with Riley, you fuck with the shit demon. If you want to wipe him out, you're going to have to use toilet paper and fucking doo-doo spray, poopery, motherfucker. You can't take
Again, you're not funny.
him out with human weapons. I would be murdering everybody right now because of fucking Riley putting $50 on my door. I can't believe Eric July's not outside right now murdering actual everybody. He's got a green light to murder everybody on Earth because Riley taped $50.
Again, these people are garbage. By the way, using sound words that sounds like of me, it's kind of obsessive. But anyway, you do have Richard saying, come get your dude, he's acting real rainbow. Because he's making a joke, obviously. It's like, dude. You got this dummy right here who actually believes that this is Eric July. Both of these photos were photoshopped, by the way. If you're not smart enough to figure that out, or you choose not to figure that out, you look very room temperature IQ. I'm sorry. The irony is them suggesting he got in shape from staggering up a slight hill a few times to set the bar fairly low. Overweight, out of shape men crying. You got toxic man. I can't tell if that fat guy is a fat auntie or a really ugly, effeminate kitty cat. I already know this video is not going to get limited ads. Damn, Eric got everyone triggered by simply building his own comic company. Yep. I still don't get why all these dudes takes an issue with Eric. Like, if they worked for Marvel and Eric crap on comics they made. Okay, kind of makes sense. But Eric basically did two things. He said F mainstream comics, and I'm gonna make my own comics. Am I missing something? Yeah. Again, this is the type of person that these fats hang around. You know, this weirdo dude here from the quartering. The absolute state of my haters will blow your mind. I've never seen quartering derangement syndrome like this before. Anyway, all coffee at Coffee My Coffee is 50% off with code Coffee Day, which I actually have a personal code for myself for 15% off. I do have codes for Coffee Brand Coffee because I've become an ambassador, but I want to actually taste the product first before I endorse it to other people to try. Each bag you buy sends him further into psychosis. Here we go.
Bitch, Jeremy, you fucking son of a bitch. You fucking dumbass. Easy, do you hear me? God damn it, Jeremy Hamley. You stupid motherfucker. It's one thing when you have to go out there all the time, out there in the internet, with your horseshit fake fucking coffee company and all this kind of shit. Making this like, ooh, maybe ironic Hitler kind of shit, right? Right? This crazy fucking stupid shit, this dog whistly kind of thing, yeah. But then all of a sudden, boom, motherfucker, you're just straight up into straight full-blown fucking not aiming for you no more. Ain't nobody got time for you, the fucking basement pissing piece of shit like.
Okay. So, of course, people who have watched Yellow Flash know exactly who Aiden Paladin is. She's just reminding people if they've forgotten. It's understandable because it's easy to forget about Jeff Holiday, but he was on board with doxing sites and yaps against the quote alt-right back in 2017, which I'm pretty sure included you, but also me, Sargon of Akkad, and plenty of other people he doesn't like. Oh, Frenchie says, that's Jeff? Damn, what a fall that dude had. I'd hoped you know better than this. So, yeah, just moving on. Moving over to, of course, this really the best Ripperverse got? Yeah. Writers who are successful, artists that are pretty good. So, yeah, sure. Dude, detractors are putting more and more effort into these parodies than not. Who is funding them? My Egoverse, 2 minutes.
What's good, people? So a lot of y'all ask me, Derek, how do you harvest so much money from kids when you can't write? Well, I mean, I don't have a single skill or talent at all. I just shout at kids and pretend that I do. Here's how you do it.
Derek, where's my
It's kind of creepy how they're kind of mimicking Eric's voice or even using maybe AI. I don't know what they're doing.
damn wings and beans?
I'm coming. So in this big, wide old world we live in, there are hundreds of thousands of amazing comics, old and new. So many, in fact, we ain't never gonna run out. But then, of course, people like me exist. And what I attempt to do is try to convince as many kids as I can that just a small handful of really bad comics by Marvel and DC are actually the entire comic industry. Then, just like every TV
Eric has reviewed probably hundreds of Marvel and DC comics. Dummies.
evangelist before me hungry for money, and I bark and I shout and I make the worst kind of noise daily on YouTube in an attempt to create a completely false reality that the entire comics industry is bad and that I'm the way forward. Then, once
Either that or they sliced together a bunch of words he said and kind of made this.
the gaslighting of my subscribers is complete, and with the financial backing and donation from Grenbex and Blazy Media, I announced that I'm going to make a comic that is going to replace Marvel, replace DC, be anti-woke, blah, 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 and be all the buzzwords I used in my campaign to get the name so I can use it to scam.
He's never used anti-woke in his campaigns. You absolute dummy. And of course they had to include neurotic for some odd reason because I don't know that. I guess that's Chuck Dixon. Yeah, I guess that's supposed to be Chuck Dixon because they have Robin and Bane. Like, these dudes have no talent. Like, literally none. This is how they do all day long. But we now move to, of course, Buster Baxter, Dickie Masterson himself. How do you feel about this after Eric admitted he made it all up last night? Shad Brooks, you stupid fat crap. Yeah, you don't even know Shad, bro. And you went back to a tweet from August 25th just to reply. Such a loser, dude. You have Riley. Is it okay to call a black guy the N-word after he has pew-pewed you? Of course, most of people would say yes, because they're not very nice people. You have mostly peaceful iceberg, right? course, tagging the usual suspects.
If I sold it at $5, I would be broke right now.
Yeah, this first of all, this doesn't make any sense because first things first here, this is when he had just Isom and Gyro right here. He doesn't have Bloodruth and the other guy I think is Shagdra. It's been a while since I've seen that name. This was back when Isom 1 came out. This is over a year ago. This is over a year ago. And you're trying to put this out as if this is some kind of gotcha moment or own moment. Again, these are the people who want to think that they're the good guys and always tend to be very disingenuous in their arguments, or literally anything they say is disingenuous. And this is why we cannot take these people serious. The best thing that we can do is sit back, mock and shame them, and monetize them. Then that's what I'll continue to do. Of course, you have him saying, "See you next time," and they say "pull up," because it's very hard to understand these people and what they're saying, but they say "pull up." It's a bunch of no-life corny people, of course, doing weird crap. Literature to ratio. Nick Ricada saying, "God, your fat takes 8 other fats to hold up your dripping lard." Eric realized that to delete free speech and the Ripperverse employees left his taxes to de-platform silence. No, they silenced. They did not silence Parody. You literally stole his logo, changed 2 letters, and thought it was Parody. That's not what Parody is. You absolute weirdo. You keep claiming that it's Parody. If it was Parody, it wouldn't have been taken down, you idiot. You are so dumb. And for you to do some dumb crap like pull up to someone's private address for their business is absolutely insane. And this is why people don't take you serious. They just laugh at your stupid ass. Eric July crying about respect and imaginary laws and making crappy comics. They're not imaginary laws. You're not a lawyer, and I've done the research. There are different laws per state. Nick is a lawyer in Minnesota, not Texas. Making crappy comics. That's again an opinion that you think is real. You want it to be gospel so bad because you're such a loser in life that this is what you do. You try to troll better, more successful people constantly, and you think that you're somehow a success for it. No one's crying about respect, you absolute dummy. Me, having awesome shows with tons of fans and basically winning. I see like 3 people here. 1, 2, 3. 3 people. 4 people. And of course, y'all are cowards because you won't actually type the word that you want to say here because y'all are cowards. Y'all are absolute cowards. So weird, man. This weirdo right here doing the same thing doesn't surprise me. Does not surprise me in the slightest. This is 100% what happened. I barely even joked about our Nick show out of respect. Again, you keep typing things and you call other people illiterate. Of course, bringing up old videos of Eric. Of course, typing words that you would like. You're trying to hide the fact you're not racist in any way, but you keep insinuating that you want to type a certain word here, but you keep using this word instead because you don't want to seem like a racist. Again, old videos. Your website should never have crashed, you stupid person. Shopify is $30 a month. Yeah, because you want to continue to give more money to people because again, you're not very business savvy, because if you were, you would have millions like Eric July, which I always say to these people, where are your millions as much as you like to cry about everything. Here's a request this word. I will destroy your business. I know you're trying to troll and you're trying to be funny, but you're not funny. Eric July is gay, and even if he was, which he's not, what's the big deal? Sounds very phobic, don't you, if you ask me. Sounds like this guy wants $50 the hard way. The way Nick so aggressively defends his effed up gay as a behavior of Masterson and the POS Riley dork is so embarrassing. I don't know that I will ever be able to watch his content again, take him seriously. Man made a comic book, that's it. What the F are these goofy ass people? You guys are just attacking Nick because you're too afraid to come after me. Eric won't even say my effing name. It's all B behavior. I mean, you talk about him constantly. No, you're phrasing it, Eric's thinking about things I will make fun of in 50 plus years. I'll never stop. I'm eternal. Well, you'll continue to be irrelevant. You'll never stop being irrelevant, I guess. Eric July is racist against white people, and Comic Blues tolerates anti-white racism for money. Sure. Again, like I said, it's all hashed out. And this is the part. This is the way he says is racist, which, of course, out of context, will make it seem like that. But I'll give the context after the 5-second clip.
Fat and out of shape, right? And white, right? Oh man, that's a terrible fucking combination.
Now, this is in reference to the detractors that he typically has, and they all seem to be fat, white, and out of shape, which is the context that this weirdo leaves out, because that's exactly the type of person that Buster Baxter is. He will continue to leave out context because that's all he knows how to do when trying to essentially shoot insults at Eric July. Trying to make more parody. It's like, it just keeps going on and on and on and on, dude. It's like you don't stop talking about him. It's been months now. It's been 3 months almost, I think, since you, quote, apologized to Eric July, and you're still crying about him. You want to talk about people crying? You cry about Eric every single day. And yet all he does is sit back, laugh at you, and monetize you constantly. At the end of the day, it's never going to stop, because this is all these people know how to do. This is all they know how to do. This is all they can do to make content and get views. Whereas everyone else who's not as psychotic and obsessed like these guys are with another man's success can go on about their business and go on about living. Thank you all for checking out this video. I know this is a very long one, but there's a lot to catch up on. I really do appreciate you watching it. If you do like this video, hit that like button, comment below how you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content, and I know I didn't say it, but do not interact, communicate, or post on anybody's social media. Keep all your comments in the comment section down below. Hit the bell for notifications, set the bell to all that we get notifications anytime I post a new video or live stream, and I will see everyone on the next one. Peace.